This lesson is going to demonstrate how to change colors. So for example, if you want to change the color of a car, you can do so by taking the following steps. The first thing you want to do is you want to grab the lasso. If the tools window isn't showing, you would go to window and click on tools. So go ahead and click on the lasso, and you're going to make a selection of what you want to change. So I'm going to try and make a really good selection of the car. Make sure that you don't go inside of the car like this, because then you will have to start over. So let's try this again. I guess it's not necessary, but it makes life easier if you can select it as best as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and come in and make the selection. And I'm selecting the car. And that's not the best selection, but it's not bad. With the layers window open, I'll go ahead and close that. If it's not showing, you need to go to window and click on the layers option. So I'm going to make a new layer. And I'm going to come to the swatches window, and you can choose any color you want. Let's say, for example, you wanted red. You would then take the paint bucket, and if the paint bucket's not showing, it's because it's hidden behind the gradient tool. So hold that down and click on paint bucket. Go ahead and fill that in. Once that's filled in, you're going to go to the layers window and select color. And you can see how you change that color. If you want, you can experiment by clicking on different colors and painting it. So you might want to just keep doing that until you're happy with the color, and we'll be right back. So once you have a color that you're happy with, go ahead and go to the select menu and choose deselect. And obviously you're going to come in and you're going to take the eraser tool. If you want to change the size of the eraser, you can right click and change it and play around with that until you're happy. I'm going to go ahead and click on the zoom tool and zoom in. And I'm going to take the eraser and I'm going to start erasing so that only the car has the color. You're going to even go to the window here, and you're obviously going to have to resize that eraser tool to get in close when you do this. So I'm going to go ahead and hold down the space key to move it around to access different parts of the car. So I'm going to go ahead and start erasing and be back for the final touches. I intentionally made a mistake to show you what to do if this ever happens. If you accidentally erase on the car, you simply just go to the paintbrush, and with that same color selected on that same layer, you just start painting it in. So that could happen. So you want to know how to do that if that does happen. So I'm going to go ahead and go to View Actual Pixels. If it's still too large for you to see, you can always go View Zoom Out. So I'm going to do actual pixels in this case. I want to show you another technique. This isn't totally cleaned up and it doesn't look totally realistic. If you wanted to, you could go back to normal in the layers window, and then where it says opacity, you could change that down a bit till it looks a little more realistic, and that gets a darker shade of that color. If you wanted to change the color from purple to something else, you would hold the control key down of your keyboard, and you see the layer 1 up here. I would hold down the control key and click on that to reselect it. Then you can go in and choose a different color and take the paint bucket and change that up if you want. So now when you're ready to save it, you're going to go File, Save for Web. But I'm not quite ready because I'm not happy with that color.